to Love, Season 3, Episode 3, Episode 7. Girl, Edwin don't want Nyyah's pretty kitty. Meow. Welcome back to Churches Want to Get Married too. Honey, please be sure to go on over to Amazon and pick up the book, 23 Types of Guys You Might Meet, girl, because some of these guys want to see, taste, and confirm that your kitty is pretty. The naked wife. Okay, you marry him based on your pretty kitty, and he found another prettier kitty than yours. Okay. Christ, if you knew who you was, you wouldn't be talking to various men about your pretty kitty. Okay, girl, Nyyah and Edwin was on a date. Is drinking wine. Is that where she asked you what size shoes she wore? No, it was the other one. He's a 10.5. Okay. And he complimented, they were drinking wine, they were talking. She said, well, I just want to know, what you need. And she was like, because the home is going to be okay. The business is going to be right. Home is going to be taken care of. And he laughed and he was like, you have beautiful eyes that they look a little chink. I don't know if he used the word chinky, but that's what we say in the islands. Chinky eyes. Okay, slanted is what he said. I'm sorry. I think he said slanted. Okay, please forgive me because I know some words is offensive to some people, and I don't want to offend anybody except Pygmesians. Okay, and dusters and dust buddies. Okay. You come over here, you go get it, okay? But everybody's no, I don't want to offend anybody. Okay, so I think he said your eyes are slanted, okay? Girl, he said, I like your eyes, they're like slanted, you got pretty eyes that are like slanted, and she was like, my eyes, oh no, he said your eyes are pretty like a kitty. Your eyes pretty like kitty, and he say, my eyes match my kitty. I couldn't believe it. Girl, I had to rewind. Wait a minute, what did she say? Wait, I said, wait a minute, rewind. What did she say? I bet you a lot of people didn't hear that. A lot, because y'all don't be listening, girl. I listen. I take those, I rewind, and I back it up, okay? Girl, he said your eyes are pretty and, like they're slanted or something. And they're pretty like a kitty, like you have kitty eyes. And he was like, my eyes match my kitty. My eyes, they're matching. They match my pretty kitty. Girl, I said, Nyyah, not the pretty kitty. Girl, I feel like I had to rewind that thing and back it up. And I had to go find my meal shirt, girl. It was in the wash. Okay, I just washed yesterday. Girl, Nyyah is trying to snag Edwin with her pretty kid, because I'm sure she knew she was on the chopping block, okay? Because from the time the show started, girl, they started plotting. Small, you was messing, Small, plotting to get rid of her. I know she couldn't be surprised because she was only into Chris and excuse me, and Edwin, but Edwin is more so into Joy. Okay. And girl, she was throwing everything at the wall. She was throwing her pretty kitty at the wall, girl. And I just don't like that, because that's like leading with sex to me. And I don't like it, ladies, when we lead with sex, because then the man want the sex and then you want to cry and complain. That's how you want it set. Okay. That's the same problem I have with Miss Winter. Winter is very sexual. Nothing wrong with sexual, but when you're trying to get to a man, girl, you can't be overly sexual and you cannot lead with sex. Every time Winter opened up her mouth about a man, it's all the pecs and the abs and all of this stuff. Okay? And she and Anthony had a moment. And I just think Winter is too sexual, and she's leading with sex. And ladies, don't lead with the sex, okay? Because you don't lead with the pretty kitty, okay? Because you can use pretty kitty to vet the man. 23 Types of Guys You Might Meet. Because the guy said, well, he brings up the pretty kitty. He want to talk about sex. You say, well, I don't want to talk about that right now. Pay attention to how he acts and how he reacts to what you say. If he keep pushing you, you already know, girl, what he's about. Okay. If tomorrow comes, he trying to talk about the kitty again, you said to ding, 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 girl. Oh, you know where his head is. Okay. If he want to test drive the pretty kitty, girl, run for your life. If he want to look at the pretty kitty, because see, you're telling him my kitty is pretty. Now, is he going to believe and take your word for it, or is he going to want to see the pretty kitty to make a determination if your kitty is real? If he want to pet the kitty, okay? If he want to pet, if he want to pet the kitty, so you don't bring up your kitty to, oh, well, I got me a pretty kitty. Don't do it, ladies, because you're giving him bait to use against you, okay, with the pretty kitty comment. Please don't do that. And girl, Edwin was not feeling Nyyah's pretty kitty. I don't know. He was, when the man was talking about her in Tommy's little club afterwards, he was bent down, girl. It looked like he was stressed out. I don't know what he was thinking. Was he thinking, I'm not gonna get to see the pretty kitty, taste this little pretty kitty, look at the pretty kitty, play with the kitty pretty, okay? Pretty kitty. I don't know what he was thinking, honey, but apparently the pretty kitty was not enough to keep him. Okay, and ladies, I want you to realize the pretty kitty is not enough. Because I hear a lot of, oh, we've been married, we've been living together, I don't have 55 keys, I've been watching him climbing the wall, calling Jesus, and then he gonna get up and marry some girl. Because the pretty kitty is not gonna keep the man. They need more than that. Yeah, they want the pretty kitty, the kitty to be pretty, but it has to be more than that. Okay, it has to be, what if the pretty kitty is not working? What do y'all have? Okay. So you cannot, and I beg of you, ladies, please do not lead with the pretty kitty, because you know you're gonna get offended when he's trying to talk to you about the pretty kitty. And I would be running if he bring up the pretty kitty. But if you bring it up and you giving him the ammunition to use against you, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so you don't want to bring up the kitty pretty, because he might want to touch it, he might want to look at it, he might want to pet it, he might want to prove that it's pretty. He might want to, test out the pretty kitty. He might want to drive the pretty kitty. He might want to taste it, smell it, feel it, touch it, see if it's really pretty, so he can compare your pretty kitty with somebody else's allegedly pretty kitty, girl. So you just don't do that. Don't bring up the pretty kitty. Girl, she said, my eyes match my pretty kitty. Look at that, Edwin, and he just went ahead and laughed. Because I would have been laughing. I said, what did you say? You said, wait a minute, you said your eyes match your pretty kitty? And she was trying to reel him in on the pretty kitty. And don't do that, ladies. Okay, please do not lead with the pretty kitty, because it takes more than a pretty kitty to keep a man. Because another thing is, they might just come test drive the pretty kitty and then get up and leave you and go marry somebody else. Okay? Because remember, my dad says men are hunters and they want to hunt and conquer. And so there are men out here who are still conquering pretty kitties. And you think this is the dumbest thing I ever heard, girl. I read something right after they've been kitty pretty for 2 months, and then she gonna ask him, what are we? And he gonna say, well, I'm not looking for anything serious right now. And she's mad. And I'm like, well, why didn't you make sure? He wanted a relation, whatever you want, before you gave up the pretty kitty. Okay, y'all asking him about being serious after he got the pretty kitty. What reason does he have to stay with you if you don't give him the pretty kitty? Okay, so lock the pretty kitty up, tie it up pretty cute in a nice bow, and put it all the way in the bag. As a matter of fact, I have it in here. Take the cookie off the table. Let me read it for y'all, then I'm going to go. Okay, take the cookie off the table. Take the cookie off the table. Ain't nobody getting the cookie. This is page 22 of the book, The Naked Wife. Go to Amazon. Oh, the cookies. Okay, I'm gonna read it for you. Okay, page 21 of The Naked Wife, available on Amazon, about the cookie, but we gonna call the cookie the pretty kitty. Okay. I'm so tired of seeing my sisters cry on social media that they dated a guy for 2 or 3 months. He wined and dined, and as soon as he got the pretty kitty, he was ghost. My answer for that is stop dishing out the cookie, aka the pretty kitty. Okay. Do you understand how important your pretty kitty is? How do you just give it to any and every man that shows interest in you? Your pretty kitty is your holy of holies, created for your husband only. Okay, sure, we've all given up the pretty cookies, pretty kitty, sometime or the other. I had my baby when I was 16 years old, and I was not a virgin when I got married. But the question is, when do we make the turn and change? You've heard the same, the meaning of insanity is doing the same thing over and over while expecting a different change. In other words, do to have what you never had, you must do something you've never done. Take the cookie off the table. I'm going to do something for y'all. But take the pretty kitty off the table. So, ladies, of course, the guy you thought was it has ghosted you once you gave up the pretty kitty, because his goal was to get the pretty kitty. But you were so caught up in your emotions that you were not paying attention to the game. Ladies, men were created to conquer. So some men are going around looking to conquer as many women as possible. Think about it this way. As my daddy used to say, every man wants to have sex, and every man that approaches you has an agenda. It's either to conquer you or make you his wife. So ladies, take the pretty kitty off the table. Ain't nobody getting the pretty kitty. You can get the book on Amazon and read the rest of it. Don't mention pretty kitty. Don't mention how pretty she is, how trimmed she is, how cute she is, how the best kitty in the whole wide world, girl, how well behaved she is. Just don't mention the pretty kitty. Take the pretty kitty over the day. Please stop talking about your pretty kitties on dates. Okay, it's just unladylike. Okay, girl, I'm gonna go. Let me know what y'all think about Nyyah. Pretty kitty comment. Girl, could you believe she said my eyes match my pretty kitty? They're matching. Her eyes, her pretty kitty look like her eyes. It's cute. Just like her eyes, girl. Amazon for my books. Love you. Bye.